Hi guys, this is Jess from Ethereal Essence. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be about how to release your fears. What kind of actions do you need to take? What kind of thought processes might need to shift? Just an overall insight into how you can release some of the fears that you're holding on to, or maybe it'll allow you to become aware of fears. Maybe you didn't know that you had a fear. And this is just going to kind of bring it to the front and allow you to deal with it, give you some strategies on how to manage it a little bit better. So if this is your first time doing a pick a card reading, take a look at all of the piles of cards I have here. This is deck number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead and choose which one you're drawn to. And if there's one that's particularly popping out to you, or if you need to take a moment to meditate on it, go ahead and do that now. But we're going to go ahead and get started with group number 1. And I wish I kind of knew what stone this is. If anybody can give me some insight, that'd be fantastic. It might be some kind of turquoise. I am not sure. I'm sorry, I have so many stones. This one is a zebra jasper. This one is... I believe this one's aventurine. Oh, I'm so horrible. And this one's an agate. So that one, I got that one. That's a nice purple stone there. So go ahead and choose which one you'd like, and then fast forward to the timestamp I provide below. I provide a timestamp in the description for computer and in the comments for mobile devices. So go ahead and fast forward to that. What is going to help you release your fears today? So we're going to go ahead and start with group number 1. Just gonna move all these guys away. All right. Hello, group number 1. What is going to release your fears today? So be open-minded to the messages that you're going to be receiving today. Sometimes it's really hard to deal with your fears. Or if you're looking for something that'll kind of help reinforce maybe some of the things you've already been thinking, let's hope that this works out well for you. I'm crossing my fingers. I hope this gives you some answers. Okay, let's move this up a little bit more. Just taking a peek at the camera, making sure everything is in the right order. There we go. All right, so how are you going to release your fears? So we're just going to pop over the first card and see what we get. Okay, so this is kind of like the mental space that you're in. You're having a hard time working with other people or believing that you're going to be able to move forward with collaboration. There might be some ways that you're kind of being a little bit closed-minded in regards to expanding your ideas or sharing them, maybe even implementing them. This one is essentially like taking your trade and applying it and working with cooperation and diligence in that regard. I feel like there might be a little bit of hesitation with that in mind. And this I feel is a lot towards work, life, practical matters, being the pentacle suit that does represent a little bit more financial or career or school, or even like some personal projects that you might have. I am definitely seeing some hesitation in that department. Now, why is this bothering you? What's on your mind? So I'm seeing that you're a very sensitive person. You might be a little bit thwarted by emotion sometimes. I'm seeing that sometimes it can get the best of you, but that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a loving and empathic and calm person. I am seeing that you might be a little bit more of an externalized energy, a little bit more of like a father figure, I want to say, to people around you, or a mother figure, but in a way where you're kind of like not afraid to be outward with your emotions to people that you care about. being a King of Cups means that you care about a lot of people, and that your love isn't just limited to your close family and friends. I'm feeling like you have a lot of love for the world. And this might be making your decision making in terms of practical matters a little bit difficult. As the King of Cups, he's sitting there really kindly confident. He just looks like a really nice person to approach. He's like looking relaxed and calm. So I'm seeing like that is like your default state. You're this kind, nurturing person that is very outward and giving and caring with their energy. And I'm seeing that that's absolutely wonderful. I love that trait in people. It's just so comforting. You're like the mama bear, the papa bear of the group that you're with. And interesting how that ties into the Three of Pentacles here is maybe your decision making is thwarted because you're taking a lot of other people's opinions into account, and it's creating this confusion in you, whereas like I feel like this needs to kind of be a logical sort of decision, whereas like there's definitely this emotional component to you that you have a hard time separating yourself from. Also, with the Temperance card here, you're trying to balance things a little bit. Maybe you're trying to please more than one person. Maybe you're trying to just balance your emotions as well as your finances or your work or things like that. I'm seeing like, yeah, just a little bit of difficulty, maybe trying to figure out how to balance. And this card is saying the fire in the water and make things feel calm and even, because sometimes when you're working around or with other people, it's really hard to satisfy everybody. And it can be a little bit stressful trying to get everybody's ducks in a row. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from this little first bit here. Okay, so Six of Wands. So I'm seeing in your heart, you also really love to be acknowledged and recognized for your accomplishments and your work. You want to make sure everybody feels good, and you want to be recognized as this person that is balanced, that is calm, that is caring. And this level of recognition is going to allow you as well as other people to feel comforted, and wanting comfort and wanting reassurance from people in your life or acknowledgement for the things that you've done. There's nothing wrong with that. That's going to create a lot of confidence in yourself, as well as it's going to allow other people to see what you're capable of. And honestly, I feel like you're a little bit too hard on yourself, because as much as you're like worried about balancing everything, I feel like these people, like, they're gonna know that you're working the best that you can, and there might be some decisions that you have to make that aren't necessarily going to make some people happy, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to keep the people in your life that are meant to work with you. You're going to keep the people in your life that are willing to grow with you and be flexible with their ideas too. So that's definitely what I'm seeing here. So a couple of the things that you have control over. So the Ten of Swords. So I'm seeing that this is a point in your life where maybe you just felt super, super defeated, but you're ready to get up. You're ready to move this mental energy forward. I know this doesn't look like a very happy card upright, but reversed, it means, you know what? You're done with this phase of life, and you're done with feeling defeated and like you can't move. So I'm seeing this guy is just completely pinned to the ground. He's kind of looking like he's ready to leave the situation. The apparition above him is kind of just indicating just a transition. So I'm seeing that there's this transition of thought. There's this transition of feeling pinned, kind of feeling confined. And you're going to be releasing yourself from that. And I feel like you're in a place where you're like, you know what? Don't be paralyzed with anxious thoughts or overthinking. You have the power to come out of this place and to kind of get out of this mental state. So organizing your thoughts, getting the logic back on board, and really brainstorming different ideas. You're not powerless. You have a lot of really good energy here and a lot of driven energy. Don't allow yourself to feel powerless and defeated by this. You do have the ability to get up out of this situation and give yourself power again. The World. So I'm seeing, again, maybe a lot of hopelessness on your part. So there's a feeling that maybe you don't have all the tools that you need. Maybe you don't have all the resources, but you are able to take control of this situation. Maybe there's just a lot of like issues with collaboration or mental blockages in this regard. But I'm seeing that in order to move through this, in order to find your balance, you need to be able to let go of some of these things and some of these beliefs or thoughts that are weighing you down. Because the Three of Pentacles up here with the collaboration, working with others, as well as implementing your skills, you need to know that you need to do that in order to move forward. Implement the skills that you've learned, and don't be afraid to use collaboration and work with other people, because I feel like the situation is involving other people. I'm also feeling like maybe it's a group. I'm not sure. Is this like a work project, a school project? Is this just something you have to work together with somebody else? I'm feeling like there is like fear around this, that you're not going to be able to accomplish this, you're not going to be able to balance everything, but just know that there is hope here, then there is ability to change and grow from this. So there's going to have to be, the Tower card here, there's going to have to be some new structures built for yourself mentally, and probably materially and resource wise as well. The Tower card is sometimes scary for people because it represents like rebirth, destruction and rebuilding, recreating, which can be a very uncomfortable process, honestly. Like having to rebuild what you've created a foundation on can be really, really stressful. But at the same time, this is going to give you the base. This is going to give you the stability that you need in order to feel confident in yourself. So restructuring some of those belief systems, restructuring some of the ways that you manage your resources, and maybe the ways that you work with people. Consider also who's important in your life. Are there people in your life that are creating more of a blockage than you need? Are they really serving you to your greatest good? Maybe you should work without them. Maybe you should kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say like, for some reason I feel like I want to say fire them. I'm getting many messages here. I'm seeing that this might be a work situation, and I'm also seeing that this might just be like your family. You're trying to move forward, but there might be issues with work or with family or with a group. I feel like definitely a group setting, and rebuilding on a basis that is solid, and removing those people from your life that aren't necessarily helping you move forward and that are almost pinning you down and making you feel pinned and kind of stuck. Six of Cups as well. So again, this is really representing, I'm seeing that staying away from those people that are kind of creating like blockages in your life. So I'm seeing that with the Six of Cups, it could be something that's like family oriented, or it could be like maybe just being a little bit too childish in this scenario, where maybe you're kind of claiming this helplessness here, but you do have this ability to kind of really flourish yourself emotionally, allow yourself to have fun and kind of create in the ways that you're meant to. Because this Tower card is a very heavy card, it's really important to have emotional support through this. So I'm seeing a pattern of cups here. These two cups here, as well as the Temperance card, shows that there's a lot of emotion involved. So creating this space where you're feeling safe in yourself and you're feeling confident in your decisions, maybe like re-brainstorm, replan, but have fun with it. I'm seeing that you need to have fun with this, because if you allow this to kind of weigh you down, it's going to not be fun for you anymore. And your consideration of others is a beautiful trait. You will get the acknowledgement that you need, but there's a lot of rebuilding that you need to do. And I would start with the emotional aspect 100%. So allow yourself to feel the emotions of the fear that you're experiencing. Allow those thoughts of those other people that you're taking into consideration, and whatnot, to enter your mind. But then take those thoughts and analyze them. Don't necessarily judge them, but analyze them. Are the thoughts of worrying about other people or worrying about the emotions of the situation really going to be helping you? Is this something that is really important to you? Don't think about anybody else. Think about yourself. Think about what's important for you. You will still have a support system. You're a very caring person. You're always going to have a support system. So don't think just because you weed out certain people from your life or say no to certain situations, does that mean that you're going to be like outcasted or anything. You're going to still be continued to be acknowledged, and you're definitely going to have the power that you need to move through this fear. Yeah, that's kind of really what I'm getting for this reading. And we have 3 clarifying cards that I'm going to pull. Oops. Dropping things. Perseverance. Okay, so I'm seeing that there may be times where you really kind of want to just give up and be like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Maybe you implement some of this rebuilding strategy right off the bat, and maybe you're kind of feeling like there's points in your life where you just feel defeated and you're like, no, I'm done. Know that even though you have these times of doubt and these times of worry, push through those. Understand that they're a normal part of the emotional process, and you're going to really be able to get up out of the situation and find your personal power. Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. How interesting, how interesting. So I would say with the gorilla also being very family oriented, which is really funny to me. Listen to the people that really care about you. Listen to the people that have your greatest good in mind. There might be some people in this scenario or this situation that aren't serving you well, but listen to the people that you know you can actually trust and who love you. And they can help you with this perseverance as well, because they will allow you to see you when you're kind of like trailing off the deep end, or maybe you're going into like a period of anxiety where you're just not certain. These people will keep you in check. So making sure that you know who your family is, who's important to you, and that they're really helping you for your greatest good. And listen to them because they care. They will tell you what you need to know. So just kind of release that judgment in this feeling of being defeated. Receiving from angels, shimmering wings of angels, embrace me with love. So from this, I'm seeing that the universe is on your side. When you're ready to get up, when you're ready to implement this strength and moving forward, you're really going to be seeing a lot of flow from the universe. Things are going to be going quite well. And all of this like confusion and disarray is going to just lift from your life. You're going to see signs from the universe that are really going to show you that, yeah, you can persevere. You can move through this, and you can create a very stable ground. The gorilla, even in himself, is a very stable animal. It's just, on all fours there. He knows what's up. He knows who his family is, and he knows who he needs to protect. So making sure also that you're not spreading this emotional energy too thin, because you're a very empathic and kind person. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little charm reading on top of this. Just give a little bit more information here. This will kind of help you how you can release your fears. Okay, I think everything's in the shot there. Yep, that's looking good. So the butterfly representing transformation. So you're going to be transforming a lot with the tower too, because the tower card is really about transformation and rebuilding. So you're going to be blooming. You might feel like a little caterpillar right now. You might feel like you're maybe a little bit like powerless, little inchworm, doesn't really do much. But I'm seeing that you're going to be blossoming into a beautiful butterfly here, and it's going to be associated with commitment. So you're going to be making a commitment to yourself, that you're going to be transforming, and you're going to be healing, and you're going to be really moving forward with this. I'm seeing that this is really going to be a good thing for you. So with the sun upside down, I'm seeing that maybe you're a little bit of a pessimist. You need to start looking a little bit more of the optimistic things in your life. So making sure you're turning over that sun. And I'm also seeing that there might be a little bit of a disconnect to your belief system or your religion or whatever you follow morally, that there's a little bit of a disconnect there. So things that you once believed in, you've kind of lost hope and you've lost a little bit of faith. So I'm seeing and reestablishing that faith and creating good rituals for yourself, healthy rituals, whether it be an actual spiritual practice, going to church, or just like meditating, or whatever you need to do just to have a little bit more of a structure for yourself, to create this solid tower here, because there needs to be a basis of healing and coping and being able to understand that. I'm also seeing a lot of wealth and maybe even marriage. tied into this love stone. We have an aventurine here, so I'm seeing a lot of love and commitment and a lot of wealth over here as well. And having the turtle with the aventurine on his back, he's upright, so you're not feeling like through this you're gonna feel like you have power again. You don't feel like a turtle on his back. You feel like you can move forward, but it might take some time. So try not to be too impulsive with this, with the emotional aspect of things. I know it's like a desire to kind of just move things along really quickly, but this might take some time, and that's okay. And I'm seeing as well that there needs to be a little bit of cleansing in your third eye chakra. You need to kind of clean out some of these old beliefs, maybe give yourself a nice smudge, or just regroup your thoughts and realize that there might be some psychic energy or some thoughts that were put into your head that aren't necessarily serving you. Belief systems also, just kind of cleaning all of that up and cleaning all of that out of your intuition, because I feel like I might be clouding your intuition a little bit. And then like the triangle here, you definitely need to reconnect with this ritual that you need to have, or this tradition that you need to have, and it's going to really help to bolster, I feel like this triangle is really going to help to bolster your healing and knowing what you want a little bit more. So yeah, that's how you're going to face your fears. I'm definitely seeing a lot of hope and a lot of positivity here for you guys. So I'm really happy to see that you know, there is a time where you're starting to rebuild yourself, and it's never an easy thing. So I really honestly wish you the best in creating this solid foundation, because you can 100% and totally do this. So that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see some more. Enjoy the rest of your fantastic day. It's raining and sunning here. It's raining and sunny here. I don't know what is going on in your world, but I hope all is well. Okay. Hello, pile number 2. This is our Zebra Jasper pile. This is going to be a reading for how you're going to release your fears. What kind of things do you need to do to kind of let go of some of these old belief systems, or maybe kind of just shift your perspective. Now, the Zebra Jasper is the second reading in a row that I pulled this guy out. This is one of my newer stones, and I'm not sure. He just wanted to come out today, even though I don't like repeating things. So Zebra Jasper there, we're going to put that up there. So how are you going to release your fears? Let's take a look here, guys. And we're going to definitely have to move some of these guys into the frame. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Just got to make it all pretty full and perfect. You know how it is. You know how it is. Okay, how are you going to release your fears? So let's kind of take a peek at the first card that comes up here. 6 of Swords. Okay, so you're taking some things that you may be belief systems, thoughts, ideas, you're taking them kind of on a little bit of an adventure with you. There might be some thoughts and things that mentally you've experienced, or things that you have knowledge of that you're just kind of carrying with you. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of thought about maybe some of the things that you've been going through or that you've gone through in the past. There might be situations right now that maybe you can relate to those same thoughts. So let's say there's a situation where there's conflict. Maybe it reminds you of something that you've had happen in the past. It could be causing a little bit of anxiety. This is a lot of energy to be up kind of in the mind area. So there's just a lot of recollection of some of the things that you've been through. And you're kind of maybe reevaluating some of the things that you did have happen to you, and are just kind of carrying that forward. So this could, I'm not entirely sure if it is an anxious energy, but you are spending a lot of time thinking about what you've been through and the journey and what's like brought you here so far. So we're going to take a peek at what's on your shoulders here. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff from the past coming up for you. With the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, it's really showing that there's a heavy burden on your shoulders. So there's this aspect of like playfulness and stuff that you might embody, this childlikeness, this kind of innocence where it's just beautiful and fun and flirty and there's nothing like attached to it. New beginnings. Maybe you're thinking back to when you were a kid or wishing that things maybe were back to where they were before. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a strong message for that. Back to the way that they were before, when things seemed a little easier. With the Ten of Wands, I'm definitely seeing a lot of overworking. You might be feeling really exhausted. There's a lot of things that you need to do in a day. There's little time. You might feel like you can't handle all of the responsibilities of life yourself. And it's just kind of really weighing on you. And it might be giving you anxiety. I'm seeing with the Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands, there's like a lot of anxiety and a lot of time spent in the past because you're having a hard time creating new memories for yourself that are happy, filled with playfulness and filled with joy. Because I definitely am seeing there's like a lot of like heaviness that are sitting on your shoulders right now, in pertaining to considering some of the things that you've been through. And maybe even like looking at some of the things that have hurt you as well. So this could, another message from this could be that you are ruminating over some of the things in the past and it's causing you this overburden as well. So it could be an emotional sense. In this regard, we're going to take a peek and see what's going on here. Okay, so I'm seeing that this might be in regards to relationships, family, commitment, just feeling emotionally balanced. There's just like maybe you're not feeling the best right now. I'm seeing that you feel like you should be happy, but you're not. I'm seeing that there's a lot of internalized energy you might not be really sharing with the people around you. This Ten of Cups is creating this isolation. By ruminating and by living in the past, you're actually thwarting a lot of the new experiences that you could be having and in a way clouding your ideals on what it means to be happy. Because regardless of what situation you're encountering in your life, you essentially have the power to be able to switch this around and to start to feel gratitude for the things that you have now, rather than looking at all of the things that you have lost. And the looking at this loss is creating a lot of fear in you because you feel like you're maybe never going to be able to get back to this space of feeling this contentment. But don't worry, you will. Let's look at the things that you have control over. Okay, so I'm seeing that consulting somebody that knows what's going on, a counselor, or even maybe looking up articles, understanding a bit more from a person that has a little bit more experience than you in this regard. Maybe you have a close friend that's been through something like this or feeling despondent and despaired. I'm seeing that reaching out is going to help you to understand why you're feeling this way and to get a version of your thoughts that are not your own. A version of thoughts that are not your own, because sometimes we're going to get stuck in this loop. We just get stuck in these thoughts and we can't break out of them. But allowing yourself to go to somebody that will help you understand and that will help you see the greater situation is going to allow you to break out of this feeling of not necessarily having everything that you want and just not feeling gratitude for anything. So allowing your energy to kind of expand, you do have the opportunity and the options to consult people, friends, family, counselors, people that actually will give you wise advice. They're going to really help you on this. And the Knight of Pentacles as well. So making sure that you are spending your time wisely, that you're not spreading yourself too thin. So when you're going through this period of emotional growth and breaking from this cycle, make sure that you're taking some time for self-care. This is going to be very important. And reconnecting with the things that are going to make you happy and the things that have once made you happy. You can understand what has made you happy in the past and bring that forward. So I'm seeing maybe taking a little bit of a break from work, or some of your responsibilities, going on a vacation, detaching yourself in a way. I know that this is going to be extremely uncomfortable for you. I'm seeing that you might be a very routine person, but you're going to have to take this time and take this space to really understand what's happening here. Because if you continue to work and you continue to do the things that you're doing, you're not going to allow yourself that space to understand and to break free of this cycle of thinking. And I know you might think that's a little bit of a childish move, or maybe that's like an adolescent thing to do, or just like, I'm not a teenager, I can't just skip out on work. Well, I'm seeing that in order to really embrace this aspect of yourself that is fearful, that is overwhelmed, that is troubled, breaking away just for a period of time, not a very long period of time. Could be a week, could be a week and a half, but allowing that space to just breathe and to allow your life to flow again. Because once you do that, you can come back to this space that you were once in with new thoughts and beliefs and new systems that you can use in order to allow yourself to feel healthy because of the knowledge that you've gained from your studies and from the people that you needed to consult. And that'll allow you to break free from this, because otherwise you're just going to keep feeling ungrateful. You're going to keep feeling like life is not giving you what you want, and you just feel like stuck and you just can't get out of it. In order to do that, you need to take this little pause, and that is in your control. I don't care what you say that it's not. It is. It's showing that it is. Well, I do care, but yeah, so taking that time, even if you're not able to really go away, all right, let's be realistic, okay? If you really, really can't go away and you can't separate yourself from this, you're going to have to do some serious work in restructuring some of the routines and the rituals that you do in your life. That's like, you're in automatic mode. You need to break out of automatic mode by doing things that are different. And to take space from some of these responsibilities, because there's some that you don't necessarily need to tend with or you can relax on, and just kind of understand yourself a little bit better. And we're going to see what's going to give you some stability here. Okay, so you might be a person that weighs your options very heavily. I'm seeing that letting go of some of the external stuff, the external duties, the external expectations is going to help you to know what you want, and to allow you to see how you can be happy again. I'm also seeing that the Justice card is you may be not being fair to yourself. You might not be balancing life with work very well. I'm seeing that you need to rebalance these kinds of things, but I'm not seeing that it's like necessarily a really emotional thing for you. It's just like literally taking time out of your day to be like, if you're a really structured and scheduled person, you need to just like tear that, like a piece out of your agenda or your planner, and just be like, I'm going to slot this self-care time. I'm going to slot this time to relax, and I'm not going to do anything else besides that. And it's probably going to like frustrate you because you might be a go-getter. I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands energy is that you definitely are a go-getter. You get things done, but the Eight of Wands also can lead to feeling overburdened. Some of this energy might be a little quick, so also be open to spontaneity. Even slot some time in your day for spontaneous. You don't have to have every moment planned. You don't have to have every single instance planned. It's going to all fall into place when it's ready to. And in order to release your fear, you need to really embrace this more spontaneous, more like, yeah, something's happening, I can go to that. I'm free. I haven't overburdened myself. I haven't been stuck in my mind or anything like that. So you can go, you can be free to go, and you can feel good, because that will reintroduce some of the passion and some of the fun back into your life, so you can start to feel little pieces of gratitude, because bringing those like the serotonin and dopamine levels up in your brain are going to help to really reinforce and reestablish your life is happy now, and can be happy now, despite a lot of the work that you have to do. So I'm going to do a little charm reading for you here. Let's go. All right, just going to move this into view here. Okay, so I am seeing Wisdom was the owl. The owl embodies wisdom. So being able to see our situation 360 degrees for what it is, not being blind to what you think is right or what you think you have to do, because if you're unhappy, you need to change some things. The owl is going to really allow you to see what you need to change in your life and allow you to kind of move forward in a way that is productive and in a way that makes you feel satisfied. I'm seeing some blooming, so you're going to be coming out of this space where maybe you're just a little bud and you're a little bit introverted or a little bit closed off energy. I'm seeing that there's going to be some opening. There's still some work that needs to be done in terms of like blossoming entirely, or the transformation is definitely going to take some time. With the citrine, I'm seeing abundance, so you're able to manifest what you desire. So you have a very strong drive and you have a very strong energy, and if you put your mind to it, you're really going to be able to bring all of the things that you desire into life. And I'm also seeing this level of luxury. So you're going to feel like you're luxurious. You're going to be happy again. You're going to feel like you're rich. You might actually be rich because you work really hard. You might have a lot of financial resources and things like that. But being stuck in this mental space is not creating a really good place for you. We've got the number 15 here. Not really getting any messages from the number 15. I don't know why. If it means something to you, leave it in the comments. Let me know. And the commitment, it could be commitment to luxury, things like that. You're just going to be able to commit to this, and you're going to feel all the more wealthy for it in spirit. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting for group number 2. I'm hoping that this created some insight for you, you hardworking busy bees. There we go. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love you to subscribe if you'd like. Oh wait, hang on. I am a horrible human. I almost forgot the clarifying cards. What is me? What is this? Sorry guys, we're not done here. We're not done. I got it mixed up. Okay, anyways, so these are clarifying cards. We're just going to clarify this a little bit more. Recovery. Okay. So yeah, working to recover this mental state that you have going on here, giving yourself that space to recover. So it could be going to like a retreat or going on a vacation. Know what you need to recover. Sorry, I almost forgot these cards. Snow leopard. So take time out from your usual life and spend it in solitude. Well, that is hilarious to me. That is hilarious. I can't believe that. That is literally telling you need to take a vacation. You need to relax a little bit. You need to just disconnect from a lot of this burden. 100% snow leopard is there. Like, what more can I say about that? And believing in magic. So true magic is abounding in my life. So this is going to allow you to feel more magic in your life. It's going to allow you to feel happy. It's going to allow you to see the infinite possibilities again. So it's not going to leave you feeling trapped. Yeah, like, honestly, I'm so sorry. I almost forgot that. But why is this here? What on earth? Wow. So this also represents conflict. So there might be a little bit of conflict in kind of creating this, like, there might be people in your life that are maybe stopping you from relaxing or doing the things that you want to do, but know that this is okay. This is not something that's going to be getting in your way. You're going to be fine. You just got to do what you need to do. Okay. Well, that was a little crazy second pile. Not going to lie. If you enjoyed, we're going to do this again. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a fabulous day, and good luck with your ventures. Howdy do, pile number 3. We are going to go ahead and take a look at how you're going to release some of the fears that you're holding on to, and how to move forward with those guys, and how to be your awesome self. So we're just going to pop that over here. Let's put that there. Alrighty. Just got like a wicked craving for pierogies. I don't know. Anyways, totally off the topic here. We are doing a how to release your fears reading. Okay. So, I don't know. Seems kind of low to me. Okay, how to release your fears. So let's take a look. Empress. Oh, you are a very nurturing, maternal, kind energy. Not to say that you're a woman, but the Empress is kind of just somebody that knows what's going on, like emotionally. You might be like more strongly founded emotionally than other people. People really look up to you as a source of kindness and as a source of caretaking. Just your energy overall radiates something that brings a lot of comfort to people. But they also recognize that you have a lot of power, and in that follow a lot of traditional views and have strong moral beliefs, especially when it comes to people in your life and emotions and things pertaining to that. I want to say a feminine nature, but that's just, and I feel like that's an incorrect term to say because this might not be a woman. But I'm seeing also that you care, like you have a very caring energy, and there's honestly nothing wrong with that at all. That's fabulous. Let's take a look at what's on your shoulders here. Okay, so I'm seeing that you're very clever in the way of managing your finances, managing your resources. You're kind of a little bit more of a balanced person. You're able to kind of give out chores, give out tasks, be like a boss man, boss woman, all this stuff. So this is a really great thing, that you're really having this energy of kindness, as well as you're in charge of something. I'm not necessarily saying that you are like managing something. I'm just saying you have the power to dominate the situations and to take control of situations. And you have that lot of like really strong power in you to do that. And people are really going to trust that because you embody that Empress, that loving, kind, caring energy. You do have a lot of ability to create structure for people, but you kind of lack the acknowledgement of being able to do that. You're not acknowledging that in yourself. That's mostly what I'm getting. You have this kind energy that's really quite dominant in nature, but you're suppressing it because you don't believe that that's who you are. The Six of Wands means being recognized for for your accomplishments. But I'm seeing that maybe you're not even acknowledging you for your success. Maybe you just feel really dedicated and really kind and loving and caring towards other people, but you don't realize your own power and your own strength. You need to know that, and you need to acknowledge that you are a very awesome person, and this fear is coming from not feeling like you're doing enough, not feeling like you're like, I don't know, it just feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like you're not doing good enough. You feel like people aren't recognizing you for it. Maybe these people aren't able to communicate to you how well you're doing. But I'm just feeling like you kind of maybe feel a little bit left on the back burner. Maybe you're the one that's always taking care of other people. Maybe you're always the one that has to hold the logic side. But when it comes down to you having emotional issues, maybe you don't feel like you're getting the support you need. But I'm seeing that you're definitely going to be able to overcome this. This is something that is internal, I feel, and this lack of acknowledgement that is weighing on your shoulders is going to lift right off. Two of Pentacles. So making decisions and choices might be very difficult for you at this time. Maybe there's two things that you need to decide again with, or there's just like a lack of, like, normally you're King of Pentacles, you're pretty logical, but because of like some of the confusion and knowing what, like this lack of confidence in yourself is causing a lot of indecision. It's causing a lot of confusion, even though you have this King of Pentacles energy, because you're dwelling on this energy of feeling like you don't matter. You are literally being emotionally blinded to the decisions that you can and need to make, which makes sense. Like being a balanced person means weighing the logic and practical aspects as well as taking into consideration the emotional aspects. But when you're blinded by something that's creating anxiety in you, your indecisiveness can seem like it's paralyzing you and only feed into this feeling invisible sort of sense. You need to have confidence in yourself to be able to speak up. You need to believe that your beliefs and your thoughts and your ideas are valued. And if they're not, then walk away. Because having this kind, powerful energy means that you have a lot of influence over people, but you don't feel like you do. You do. You honestly do. And when you're going to take care of people, or when you're wanting to reach out, you might not see results right away or feel like you've done anything, but you have. You've done a lot. You've done a lot for people. You've done a lot for yourself. You're a very strong individual. You just need to have confidence in yourself. And I'm feeling like there's a lot of fear that you're not confident because you're blinded by this feeling of shrunkenness. I feel like there's a shrunkenness feeling in there. Okay, so reversed here, and the things that you have control over. Stop thinking that you're this naive little creature. You are strong. You are experienced. You know stuff. That's why you're able to be this King of Pentacles. You've been through some stuff. You have been through stuff. Shit, whatever. You've been through it, and you understand what it takes to heal others, to heal yourself, to apply some of this more logical mind, the structured mind, but you're doubting it because of this this feeling inside of yourself. You know what's going on. You know how to fix a lot of situations, actually. You know how to come at it at both a very logical and a very emotional side of things. But there's this doubt, this naivety, and this unwillingness to move. You're stagnant. Feeling like you're stagnant, and it's driving you crazy, and it's making you feel even more powerless and even more unrecognized. And you're not able to claim your fame. You're not able to claim the flame that's inside of your heart that's going to be moving you forward even more. And with the Five of Pentacles as well, I'm seeing that you're realizing that you need to let go of feeling sorry for yourself and just looking at a lot of the negative things about you and your traits and your life. I think you need to understand what power you hold. I think you need to have confidence in yourself even when you get defeated. You need to have confidence in yourself. This King of Pentacles, you're strong. You're logical. You're well-founded. You are well-founded. I don't care what anybody else has said about you. You are well-founded, and you are able to leave behind a lot of these silly things that you think about yourself. Having confidence does not mean you're arrogant. It does not mean there's anything wrong with you. You are allowed to feel confident in yourself. You're not a tool. You're not a player. You're not an asshole. You are allowed to acknowledge these things in yourself because they're causing so much fear in you and is causing you indecision. And that indecision is feeding into the fear even more. It's this cycle. See yourself as powerful. You'll never be defeated. You can still be loving and you can still be controlling at the same time. Being able to dominate a situation does not mean that you're a bad person. It does not mean that you are not strong. You are very strong, and you don't have to come across as arrogant. Yes, there are a lot of people in the world that dominate other people for bad purposes. But this purpose, you are really going to do some good here. You're really going to help. And honestly, I almost want to be oh, don't feel this way about yourself because it doesn't make any sense. But I know that it's strong and I know that it hurts and you can have a lot of these feelings and maybe you've had them for a long time. You do, which means that you need a fresh start. You literally need to retrain your brain, which is completely annoying and completely ridiculous. But let's see what's going to help with that. Okay, the Star. So understanding what direction you want to move in life. Understanding your depths, some of the deeper aspects about yourself. Allow yourself to look into why you react certain ways, why you feel certain ways, and noticing certain patterns of thought as well. The Five of Pentacles is also showing that you need to kind of branch out. You need to stop feeling like you're despondent and that you aren't able to gather these resources. You are. You are no longer in this place where you're helpless. You can take action. I believe in you. You can take action and you can be strong and you can grow so much from this, so much. Because having these abilities, these both of these traits, this loving and this more logical aspect of yourself, you're going to be able to do so much for other people around you as well as yourself. And you can really take advantage of a lot of the benefits that can be reaped from the environment around you. Don't allow yourself to be solitary. Don't allow yourself to be dwelling inside of yourself when you're born to shine, you're born to love, you're born to care. Just don't get so hung up on a lot of the things that are in your past. I know I may sound kind of bossy right now, but honestly, I feel like you're the kind of person that just needs this message because you know that you have these capabilities. You know you do. Don't allow this doubt and these fears of like feeling helpless and feeling unrecognized thwart you. You are recognized. Keep going and recognize yourself. Most importantly, recognize the strengths within yourself. That's really, 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 really going to help push through this fear because you do have the power. 100%. Let's pull out some of these indicator cards, or these clarifying cards. Victim, holy smokes. That's, you know what, sometimes when I do readings, I don't even believe that things can line up like this, but you're feeling like a victim to yourself. You're falling victim because you're allowing yourself having these like doubts and these questions and not allowing yourself to feel like you're strong. And the Five of Cups is completely victim, like upside down. It's all this internal emotion and this internal thought and this internal blah, blah, blah. You are stuck in feeling like a victim. Don't feel like a victim. You have a lot of power, okay? You need to work on understanding why you feel the way that you do. You need to understand the strengths that you have. Literally, it might sound cheesy as hell, but literally write a list of good qualities about yourself. And every time you go to tell yourself something bad about yourself, switch it around and switch the thought process. Like, oh, I'm so stupid. Be like, I didn't succeed this time, but I'm going to continue to try. And in trying, it makes me a better person, etc. That's kind of a long one, but you know what? Switch those thoughts from negative to positive. As corny and bad as it sounds, I know I hate it when people are like, oh, just be positive. But seriously, it's not silly. It's an actual thing that people actually do and actually succeed. So what you believe in is what's really going to manifest for you. So if you really believe, if you really want to stop feeling like a victim in your life and you're going to want to acknowledge these good aspects of yourself, you really need to do some work, honey. Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Okay, again saying with the resources, you have the power. You do. And the camel going through the desert and storing water on its back, you know, it's a very preservatory, sort of smart animal. You know, it's got a lot of preserves. It's got a lot of resources, and then it's like water. You know what I mean? So allow yourself to know that you have the power to come out of this dark space. But it's going to take some ridiculous things, because like being happy isn't necessarily a thing, but being content and being happy does not mean being happy every day. It means feeling satisfied with what you have and feeling confident in yourself. When there are challenges and things that you present you with, know that you do have all of the resources and you do have all of the abilities. Just stop getting stuck in this worrying state that you're not feeling confident, you're not feeling recognized, you're not feeling acknowledged. Push out of the need for validation and move into this space of confidence and being able to know who you are and being able to move forward in that way because you have the resources. Accepting what is. So I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So yeah, accept these parts of yourself. It's not to say that you'll always be happy with yourself all of the time, but I would say that the majority of your thinking about yourself is very negative. So if you can at least get that 50-50 or 60-40, you know something. You need to move out of this space of feeling defeated and feeling like you're kind of in a slump, because you're going to start feeling bad about yourself. You're going to start creating unhealthy patterns, unhealthy routines, habits for yourself. It's just going to leave you feeling powerless. But you do have the power, 100%. And there's like a lot of green in here. So I'm seeing healing too, and a lot of blue, which means voicing your opinions and being strong in yourself. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of charms for you. Alrighty. Whoop. Okay, Is this all in the shot? Okay, I think so. Over here, I don't know if you can see this guy over here. You don't think you can? This is the elephant here. So memory, remembering love, remembering times, remembering self-love. Sorry, it took me a while to get to that. Remembering the self-love that you have for yourself and allowing growth to happen. You're a very strong elephant, very sturdy, very ancient creature. So remembering when you did feel like you were confident in yourself, when you did have a time where you're feeling good about yourself, what were you doing in that time that was making you feel good about yourself? Are there things that you can implement in your life now that you once did that will create that same feeling of satisfaction? Take a think about that. Take a think. I'm seeing you're unlocking the tower here, so you're kind of maybe kind of opening some of these old belief systems that you've had. The tower is pointing right towards this, so the needle in this is pointing right towards the heart and the elephant. So rebuilding some of those thoughts of yourself and allowing yourself to not feel helpless. You're a turtle and its friend. You can crawl away and feel very wonderful and very safe and fabulous and fantastic. And yeah, you don't have to feel helpless. The infinity card, infinity means that you can kind of create this chain of thinking and the cycle of thinking that's going to allow you to feel extremely connected to yourself again and grow and continue to feed into this good thoughts and these good cycles and rebuild in a way. We have the optimistic Sagittarius. So yeah, be optimistic. Look at the positive side of things. As disgusting as that phrase is, I know, I suffer with mental health. I know how sucky that phrase is to hear. But honestly, you're not going to get anywhere if you think negatively. And that is the truth. Anytime you felt like you were feeling better mental health-wise, you cannot tell me that you did not have positive thinking or things going good for you or seeing one thing after the other come forward and actually just being like, yeah, this is really good. And actually saying that in your head, yeah, that's actually helps. You don't have to feel positive, but thinking positive will help you to feel positive. That's what I'm saying. Number 1, so fresh start for you. Fresh beginnings, new beginnings in your mind, in some of the things that you're feeling and experiencing. Know that you might have to start at square one again, back with some of this older history stuff, some of the things that used to make you feel happy. But yeah, aside from that, it's fairly straightforward. You have the power. You have the power. I wish you luck. And yeah, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and keep being your badassery self, because you got this. I'm just gonna, Wheeze is just gonna pile this up. Fix that later. Okay, so what's happening in group number 4? Today we're going to figure out how to release your fears. What is weighing on your mind? What is making you feel distressed? I'm going to move this slightly because that's making me feel distressed. And allow yourself to open your heart and heal from some of the things that are creating a lot of the discord that's going on with you. I'm going to move that to the side. We're going to go ahead and start. I always have a hard time knowing where to position these things. Anyways, so we're going to start with what's going on in your mind. 4 of Cups. Oh, there's a melancholy. Are you depressed? Straight off the bat, are you depressed? Or you're feeling like maybe life is boring? You're feeling a lack of vigor? You're feeling just kind of like, nah, whatever. Just kind of like everything is melancholy. It's not necessarily an externalized presence. I'm not seeing that maybe you're being lazy in life. Like I'm feeling like you're working and you're doing all these things, but I'm seeing like internally you're kind of really bored with everything. And this could be causing you fear. It's causing you depression. Are you worried that you're just not going to be on board again? Let's take a look at some of the things on your shoulders, because honestly that's the only way to get what's going on here. Okay, so I'm seeing there's like a lot of consideration with family life. Maybe you have reached a point in your life where you are committed, to something and you're not entirely sure whether or not it's going to bring you happiness, or this thing that you've committed to is creating discord, is creating a little bit of detachment. Was there an emotional situation that happened? Was there something that happened that separated you? Is there drama in your family? Is there drama in your relationship? Four of Wands is representative of kind of just feeling like that commitment is creating weight and melancholy for you. You're feeling sad? I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling depression and just kind of like meh energy. And on the other shoulder, I'm seeing that you have a lot of power and you have a lot of influence and control. The Magician is representative of having all of the tools you need in order to succeed, as well as being able to implement your power. It's a very fresh energy as well, being the first of the major arcana. So it represents kind of maybe like new beginnings. So there's this aspect of commitment that you're questioning, that you're feeling bored by, or detached by. But on the other hand, there's a lot of power in this. Like maybe you feel like you're not using your resources wisely. Maybe you feel like you're out of control in a way, or maybe you just feel like you're unchallenged because you have all these things and you're just kind of like, yeah, now what? Let's take a look. Knight of Pentacles. So what's in your heart? So there's a little bit of slow moving energy here, a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of I'm seeing that you're just feeling bored in life in general, and it's creating fear because you're not really creating anything that's allowing you to feel like you're accomplishing anything. Like you're doing the same things, but is it challenging enough for you? Is it something that is creating a sense of fulfillment? Because I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles is falling a little bit short of this energy. You're not really able to get things off the ground. When you start things, you just kind of like get bored of them really fast. You're just kind of like, nah, you might be a little bit, nah, with commitment. You might be a little bit, nah. You're just like a meh personality. But I don't know why you're not allowing yourself to be strong and to allow yourself to move forward with some things that you might need to. And at the same time, though, this is like your personality. And this aspect of yourself is frightening to you. Why is it frightening to you? Okay, Four of Pentacles are meaning like you don't really know what you want to hold on to, what you want to let go of. It represents maybe a bit of selfishness. Maybe you're being very I hate calling people selfish. But take into consideration, are you being a little bit more internalized with your desires and your fears? You're having a hard time reaching out to the people that are around you or your commitments and allowing you to voice what's going on in this melancholy state. There's something clearly weighing on your shoulders with commitment and something clearly weighing on your shoulders with power. But I'm seeing that being able to allocate like your resources better is going to help you understand a bit more. And the Ten of Wands also represents feeling like really overworked and just exhausted and things like that. But I'm feeling like Ten of Wands reversed means that you need to pick up the slack a little bit. You need to pick up the slack a little bit. I'm feeling like you're really internalized with your energy and you're having a hard time connecting with the people around you, and allowing yourself to feel the fire that normally creates a lot of love and a lot of ambition and a lot of excitement. Because having the Wands upside down represents that you're not really feeling like you have a spark. You're feeling like, nah. I keep saying that a lot, but that's honestly what I feel like is going on here. This is like a really quick one. Seven of Cups represents that there's some choices that you need to make. There might be a little bit of illusion associated with that. So maybe you're making choices that are not necessarily based on the best decisions, or maybe they're a little bit selfish decisions. Weighing all of your options and understanding your cups, all the things that can be offered in the cups, is going to allow you to really move forward with that, as well as getting more in touch with your empathic and kind side. There's maybe some growth that needs to happen in you. I'm seeing a lot of like feminine energy, a lot of sensitive energy, not being directed properly. It's like a lot of stuff's kept in. There's not a lot of shared emotions. There's not a lot of feelings of safety, because there's a lot of confusion, a lot of boredom. You just kind of locked it up deep inside of yourself. I feel like there's a deep inside of yourself, this melancholy that you've fallen into, and it's created bitterness in you. And this bitterness makes you afraid because you're kind of maybe lashing out on the people around you. Maybe your family members, maybe you feel like you're misusing your power, you're domineering, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know that it's like just situational. It's something that you literally can do to change. And to kind of allow yourself to make a little bit more of an effort is going to really help, as well as understanding what beliefs and things that you really like hold close to you. What do you need? What do you not need? Let go of some of this old beliefs, some of these old structures, some of these old resources, whatever you find is coming forward. And yeah, just kind of allow that space to exist, I guess. Because the Empress, being a very loving, maternal, caring energy, being reversed, is represented that you might be out of touch with some of these more sensitive aspects of yourself, but you need to get in touch with those in order to kind of move out of this bored state, this bitter state, this angry state, this indecisive, I don't know what to do, and making improper decisions or confusing decisions. It's really going to help break you out of that cycle, and because it is causing you fear. It is causing you fear. I'm going to look at some of these clarifying cards. Mysticism. So you're a little bit mysterious. A lot of people don't really know what's going on with you. You might be a little bit closed off. So getting back in touch with this side that allows you to express with other people and to reconnect with some maybe the commitments that you had, like your family, and the people that love you and the people that care about you. And it'll allow you to delve deeper into yourself and harness this power and allow it to flourish and grow in a way that is going to be really beneficial to you and to those around you. Goose, take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing your striving. So you need to take a break from some of this negative thinking. I'm not necessarily seeing that you need to take a break from life, but for me, like interpreting in the goose, I'm just seeing that you need to take a break from this selfishness, this place of just feeling like you're striving to get to a certain place mentally and you're just pushing people away as a result. Yeah, so it might just be like you might be in this place of just feeling melancholy and feeling like you don't really know what you're doing, creating this mysterious aspect and mysterious energy around yourself, which is essentially pushing people away because you just seem aloof. You seem like you don't really care, but you do care. But this is this place that you're in right now. It just makes it come across that way to the people around you, and is kind of allowing you to get stuck in this cycle of indecisiveness. Coming into power, I step into my power boldly and confidently. So allowing yourself to take control of the situation to the 10 of Wands means that you kind of need to pick up the pace a little bit with some of the actions that you need to take. Maybe you're very contemplative, you don't really move things forward very fast. Also, the second message that I'm getting from this, the people in your life are feeling impatient with your lack of movement, with your lack of decision, and with this kind of aloof attitude. And yeah, it's creating you, it's giving you fear because you're feeling like you can't really move forward, but in reality, you do have the capability of moving forward. You just kind of need to get out of this melancholy, I can do it all by myself, I don't need anybody state. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting, honestly. Let's do a little bit of a charm reading too. Holy smokes. Well, that's a lot of charms, and I just dropped one. Okay, just a minute. Oh. Okay, so there's a dice. Okay. Well, there's a lot of messages here. Carnelian is representative of kind of like playful, childish energy that's kind of kept out of the equation. You're feeling like you're kind of despondent, just feeling a little bit like you maybe are having a hard time connecting with yourself in a way that is igniting your more playful, sensual, fun-loving side. I'm seeing that there's like some worry. So there's with the Aries and the mouse here. It's representing like you could be a fire sign. This could represent just kind of feeling like you're worrying a lot about the direction that you're going. You're having a hard time bowling through ideas. You're feeling stagnant. In that regard, Aries representing the newest through the babyest element of the astrological cycle. So it's kind of a new cycle. So a lot of like maybe nervousness and uncertainty accompanied with the mouse. It's definitely having a lack of confidence that you're actually going to be able to move forward with this. And also being like scrutinizing, so being able to like look at your situation really, really fine-tunedly and really closely is also like the mouse there. So I'm seeing the 10, 19, so 1 and 9 is 10. That creates a lot of newness. So kind of the end of a phase, end of a cycle. I'm also seeing some maybe end of a cycle of some old belief systems. Being 19 as well, as it could, this could happen this year, 2019. Just many messages that we're getting here. The Tower is literally wound up with the commitment. Okay, so this is like the Ring and the Tower. So you're going to have to really understand what you want to bring into your life in terms of commitment. You're going to really build a structure on this commitment in your life. So making sure that you're not leaving this Four of Wands, your family, people that you care about in the dust, because you're feeling like this, allowing you to bring that warmth back in to the relationship and back into your foundation, because essentially this commitment is going to be your foundation. With the Bullet card indicating like right below that is the infinity symbol, which means that you feel like this like conflict or this issue is just going to go on forever, but that's not the case. The conflict is going to end. The bullet shell is that a shell. That's what it is. There's nothing left. It's not actually a problem that's going to be long term. So you're going to have to realize that you got to let this Tower and this commitment ring back into your life. A lot of purging. So we got this emotional, what is this? Obsidian. And it's just a letting go of a lot of emotional stuff as well. Like there's a lot of emotion here and a lot of things you need to get rid of. And then the Work, I don't think so, is turned upside down, which means that there is a little bit of, you're feeling a little like you kind of want to avoid conflict rather than actually acknowledging it. And in order to like do that, you'll be turning over a new leaf when you're able to do the work and create that stability. Oh, and a look at a little Canada flag. How cute. So being patriotic to your family, what you believe in, what is important to you, and really showing that through displays of love, kindness, support, and yeah, maybe it just needs to be some woohoo. Maybe you need to travel to Canada. Maybe you're going to be a Canadian citizen. Maybe all the things. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I am getting. I'm getting all that. All right, guys. I really hope this reading helped. If you enjoyed, thumbs up, please, and subscribe. I would love to do more videos for you, and I really do hope this has helped you out. How to conquer some of the fears that you're having, because it's never fun to kind of be stuck in your own bloody brain. All right, take care. I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.